As I go into these picks and bans, that first of all, we once again Nestle Pure Life Blue, Spook Squad Red, DVD, Email, Kansley, and Yellow Me. Now we have Kansley back from the first match, had to go and eat or something like that. Now is back in, and Yellow Me, the tanky player here for Nestle Pure Life, and on red side, Spook Squad, Gingy, Why Did, OHN Solara now as a new sub here, and these are all subs that these guys have registered with us, so they're all legal subs that everybody's been taking so far. For Nestle Pure Life, some of them, you know, they've had a lot of subs come in, but I'll discuss that with them later. It's their first set, so I'm going to let them go on this one, and Toby4v4 here on Spook Squad as well. First 4 bands out, Callista, Fiddlesticks, Varus, and Sona. And what I wanted to say about Spook Squad is that these guys, in terms of their composition building, it's become so much better. You know, it's very obvious that they took my advice. Their compositions have been obscure, but only a little bit obscure in this set. Whereas in their past sets, they've been just completely obscure, off the Richter scale obscure, and it had been losing them matches. But here they're finally taking things back, and I really, really like it. I really like what I'm seeing. Now our first pick is coming, as we did see a LeBlanc and Janna band dropped as well. DVD, he's hovering over the Morgana. I saw him hovering over the Lulu as well, and I would have really enjoyed that. Lulu's another one of my top 5 champions. And DVD does end up locking in that Morgana. And Gingy hovering over his pick as well. Why Did hovering over the Hecarim. You guys can see Morgana's solo chart up right now. It's the shield shape. You know, ironically enough, it is a shield shape. Unfortunately, this one's a blue shield. If it was a black shield, it'd be even more ironic. Why Did might go right back onto that Hecarim. He didn't win his match today on the Hecarim, and that match was from red side. So Why Did, he hasn't actually pulled very many W's with his Hecarim in the past, but he's been really prioritizing this champion. Gingy going back on the Xerath as well. This is the same 2 first picks, or not the same 2 first pick, but these are 2 of the same picks that Spook Squad brought in the first excuse me, in the first match that they ended up losing here. So this is this could be either the death of them, or they could end up coming back with a new strategy and winning this one out. So as I mentioned, that was Xerath on Gingy, and Why Did taking his what is there this horsey's name is called, Hecarim. And you'll see their chart come up right now. Now with their chart, it makes Morgana's chart shrink a little bit in size, but that's just because these 2 champions bring quite a few traits in. And another shield shape. Wow, this is really cool. This is like really cool to see. This is very satisfying for me to see things like this happen with the style stats team composition strength calculator, because it you know, it shows that there's actually some good math behind it. You know, this is really cool. So either way, very well rounded with these 2 champions. You have attack damage with engage against, or on the back of, or alongside of rather, disengage and poke. That's what's going to bring this nice well-rounded composition that we're seeing so far. Next 2 lock-ins came very quick. It's an Annie for Emil, and Kansley taking the Leona. That's kind of a 2 all-in style of champions. Morgana, she fits with that. She can definitely work with these all-in champions, but there's a lot of crowd control right now. That's the real thing that's sticking out to me. Not just the fact that they have to go all in, but there is a ton of crowd control available for Nestle Pure Life right now. That seems to be their theme so far in this composition. OHN Solara locks in the Rise, and now we're seeing Toby4v4 hovering over the Kog'Maw pick. His Callista was in fact banned out, as was the LeBlanc. 2 power picks here for Spook Squad. That's Why Did on his LeBlanc, one of his favorites, and Toby4v4 obviously favoring the Callista. He ends up swapping over to a Kog'Maw, and that is a really good pick for him, and that's a good swap in my opinion. Kog'Maw is one of those champions that is just extremely good on this map. Everything he brings is just exactly what a team needs. His wave clear, his poke, everything he has, his burst damage, everything he has is just excellent on this map. We can expect that this is going to be, oh, you know what? I was going to say we can expect that it's going to be an AP Kog'Maw, but that might not be the case, and I don't think that AD Kog'Maw brings the same power that AP Kog'Maw does on this map. And this might be a little bit of an unfortunate series of events for them, but that being said, with the AD Kog'Maw, they're going to have that tank busting capability against the Leona as well as the Morgana, so that's going to be a big bonus for them as well. Now the last pick came in, Yellow Me ended up taking the Jinx. And with that Jinx pick, that's going to finalize our style stats team composition strength calculator. You can see that red team right now have gotten themselves a 4.25 composition score against blue's 4.63. That's Spook Squad 4.25, Nestle Pure Life 4.63. And in terms of the chart, Spook squad taking themselves a very left side heavy squad, but they have a lot of just basically everything on the left side. Disengage, poke, siege, wave clear, but they also have an added touch of burst damage on their side, which is really good. And I really like the fact that they have that. And that's in a combination with the Rise and the Zareth here. Both of those champions can pull out some nice little combos there. So there is pick potential here, but at the same time, they also have the ability to stay safe and do really well in the laning phase also. Whereas from Nestle Pure Life, they built themselves more of a symmetrical composition. They're leaning towards that top right side. They have nuke damage, which rivals that of what Spook Squad is bringing right now. Their engage is much heavier, something that we would expect from an Annie and a Leona composition, but they also have a decent bit of poke and siege as well. With the Jinx, if they get themselves a nice engage, nice Annie ultimate, a nice Tibbers, followed by a nice Leona ultimate, followed by a nice Morgana ultimate, and they're able to pick themselves up multi-kills, like say 2 or 3 kills at a time, they're going to be able to make big plays with this Jinx as long as Jinx stays alive. And I expect here that YDid is going to be going directly onto Jinx. Every single fight is going to be YDid running right on top of Jinx, and that's something that Hecarim is really good for. So kind of this hard carry, this hyper carry status that we're seeing right now from Nestle Pure Life from the Jinx is going to be countered out very easily by YDid on his Hecarim. The question is, will Yellowme be able to 1v1 the Hecarim quickly enough in the backlines in order to get back into the fight? It's all up to Emil, Kansley, and DVD to set things up for Yellowme to have enough time to deal with the Hecarim in the backlines, then get an ultimate off, get a reset, get some movement speed, then come in, clean things up for a multi-kill, and then get some free siege on the towers where Jinx really thrives. YDid is a very consistent player with Hecarim. He does. He is, and I totally agree with that. I think that he always plays really well, and he always has one strategy. The thing that I see from him when he's playing as Hecarim is that he has one specific strategy, and he sticks to it. He says, I'm going to jump on this person, and he will never jump on anybody else. That's really good from a team standpoint because his team knows exactly where it's going to be. You know, in terms of team synergy, he's helping build his team synergy when he does that. He's always made really good decisions on the Hecarim. You know, that being said, it's not very difficult. It's not very hard to make engages on a Hecarim. You basically just press R onto somebody, and then you're able to kind of stick to them from then on. But either way, he's doing it on the right person every single time, and he is consistent. Gross Pigeon says, set should be 2 games instead of best of 3. This one is running ridiculously late. It is running ridiculously late. I totally agree with you. But that's just how it is right now. And, you know, I've been thinking the same thing. I think that you guys are right on point with my ideals as well. Running best of 2s would be a good idea. But that's just not the case. Right now, we are running best of 3 for tonight, and this is our 3rd match of the first set. So deal with it. Now, the next thing we're going to be taking a look at is our skin game, as we always do. As the skin comes loaded up, I am going to let you guys know which one is my favorite and award someone the skin MVP right off the bat. The one that sticks out to me is the Ghost Bride Morgana. That's my favorite Morgana skin, and they're actually doing her a nice little visual update soon. It's not a visual update to her model, but it's an effects upgrade, a spell effects upgrade, particles update, you could say, where her Q's going to start looking different. Her black shield's going to get a nice little remodel there. Same goes with her dark pool. And the things are going to be looking really good. So this Ghost Bride Morgana is going to be a very dope skin coming up here in the next patch. Red Riding Annie is a great skin. It's one of my favorite Annie skins. I love the fact that they brought in the Chinese art for the skin as well. We have Valkyrie Leona, not too great. I mean, this was one of those skins that came out back in the day, right as they were transitioning over from recolorings to remodels of new skins that came out with champions. It was right in between where, at the beginning, every champion came out with 2 extra skins, and each one was just different colors. Okay, then they started coming out with champions, and every champion had 2 extra skins, but each skin was a slight remodel. And this was right during that age when Leona came out, was when they were transitioning from 2 skins of color, of color, 2 skins of different colors to 1 skin of a big remodel and a big change. So these skins that came out with the champions of Leona's era had 2 skins, but they were only slight remodels. And Leona's were quite impressive, but they don't really stand up to the Ghost Bride Morgana, in my opinion. I haven't seen the ones that were coming out from Red Side either. We have the Arcade Hecarim coming out again, and actually that's the only skin on Spook Squad here. So I'm actually going to have to give my skin MVP over to... I really like the Annie skin as well. My skin MVP is going to go over to Emil11 on his Annie. Not just because we haven't seen the Annie in too long, and we haven't seen the Red Riding Hood Annie, as a matter of fact, I don't think ever here in Draft Labs Tournament Series, but we have seen the Ghost Bride Morgana, so congratulations to Emil on that one. Now, that being said, both teams getting up to the bushes fairly quickly. Gingy, he gets face checked right off the bat. Will they land the bind? They do get the stun. The bind misses, though, and they're getting some good damage down. There's another snare going on him as well. He is forced out of his heal. Toby4v4 comes in a little bit late, but Wydid is moving into the back lines. He's looking to make big things happen. There's another snare into some damage. No one falling here quite yet, but 2 summoner spells burnt by OHN Gingy, and that's actually going to be really big here, because if he gets caught out again, like he did in the first game on this same exact champion, then he's going to end up getting taken down, and he won't have that flash to be able to bait out the engage like he did in the first game. By the way, what was the skin MVP for the last game? I forget. Did I ever even end up giving anybody one? I don't even know. I forget, dude. It was so long ago, because the game's been so long. DVD, they do get the lockdown to Solara. That should be a first blood. That's not going to be, though, because he flashes away. That was a surprising flash. I didn't think that he would have enough time to even be alive. He did end up getting out with a sliver of health, though. Not blind pick. No, this is not blind pick. This is draft, bro. This is draft, bro. He says, Arcade Hecarim by far. I don't care if it's picked a lot. Come on, bro. You see it every single time Wydid plays. It's the only Hecarim skin he plays. I mean, it's an awesome skin, but we've seen it a bajillion times. The Red Riding Annie, man. The Tibbers for Red Riding Annie is just awesome. Whoa, Solara. He gets locked down. And the first blood ends up going in favor of Nestle Pure Life. It wasn't Gingy who got taken down, but Solara was down his summoner spell there. He goes back in for some aggression. Gets locked up and taken down. Crowd control. Once again, you guys, crowd control, crowd control, crowd control is the name of the game here for Nestle Pure Life, and they're utilizing it really well. They're taking an aggressive stance. They're trying to get down as many spells as they possibly can, and they're actually getting some early siege going as well. They're getting an early game advantage over a Kog'Maw, a Ryze, and a Xerath. I mean, come on now. There's so much wave clear between those 3 champions. That's just pure aggression coming out right now from Nestle Pure Life. So is SS undefeated? No, SS is not undefeated. As you can see up at the top of the screen, they have 1 victory and 1 loss in this set. DVD. Moving forward. And if you meet in past matches, they are not. They are not undefeated. You can see it on our whoa, Gingy, he gets locked down again. I was caught mid-sentence on that one. Second blood now going in favor of Nestle Pure Life, and the crowd control right now is just too much. They're going to grab another kill as well. Solara getting taken down. Solara giving over 2 of the first 3 kills now on the Rise. The brand new player with the OGN tag. OHN tag, rather. OHN tag is unable to really play safe enough on this immobile Rise, especially without a flash. The flash was burnt early and has been punished out really hard. There's another engage from Kansley. It's a tower dive, but Kansley gets pushed away instantaneously. More crowd control, more lockdown. Wydid being taken so low. Now as Toby4v4 goes forward, he gets locked down. 4th blood going in favor of Nestle Pure Life. And Spook Squad are not playing well in this early game. They're just getting absolutely hammered right now by the crowd control from Nestle Pure Life. You meant in matches. Now, Fountain, you are more than welcome to scroll down in the stream. Whoa, Solara once again caught out. Not going to be able to survive that one either. 5-0 now in the kills. There's just so many kills going over. I can't let Fountain DMX know where he can find the team stats. All right. If anybody wants to give, if anybody in Twitch chat could do me a favor and give Fountain DMX a link to our Draft Labs Tournament Series team stats from our website, that would be fantastic. Oh yeah, you can't. Damn, you can't in our Twitch chat. Just tell him to go low and go into the panels. He'll find it. Gingy snags 1 kill there, but there is counter-aggression after counter-aggression after counter-aggression. Kansley goes in for a nice little burst combo, gets the damage from the W as well as the damage from the E and the Q. That's a big combo from him from there. Now there's a big ultimate from Emil as well. In the counter-aggression, just more crowd control everywhere, you guys. Everywhere there's CC. Every time Spook Squad try to make something happen, there's CC there to counter it out, just like Wydid trying to get that. No. Nothing is going right now for the Spook Squad, you guys. They are just getting absolutely hammered in this early game. Trying to make some sort of move, whether it's aggression or safety or defense, they are consistently getting locked down and taken away. That's goodness. That is just crazy. We're seeing level 7s coming out right now from Nestle Pure Life, and only just now seeing 1 or 2 level 6s from Spook Squad. This is such a big advantage right now for Nestle Pure Life that they could get 2 engages off with their ult, or they could get 2 big engages off before Spook Squad even hit level 6. Well, they could have. And right now they can't, but because the level 6s are coming, but That was just such a huge early game here from Nestle Pure Life, and things are going to start plateauing now. Things are going to start plateauing. They were really hectic in the early game, but now that the ultimates are available all around, things are going to start changing. But what I can say is that the ultimates came so early, and this is something you barely ever see. The ultimates came so early. There's the bind. Solara locked down once again. Follow-up crowd control. So much damage. He gets taken down. There's just chain crowd control out the booty here, you guys. This is just... It's awesome. This is an awesome composition, man. Nestle Pure Life really coming through with something big here. Nice ultimate there from Yellow Me as well, because there were so many members right there. All three of them got hit by that ultimate. Gingy took the max amount of damage from it, considering that he was the most damage from it, rather, considering that he was already low on health. Just crazy. Yeah, Andrew Zorob, I'm sorry, man. I told you guys to send a link, but I have disabled links in my Twitch chat. You can find it in our panels down below the stream. Team stats, Gingy, that's a big lockdown. He ends up getting taken out very quickly. Morgana picks up that kill. Emil falls quickly shortly after. Why did is focusing on the Yellow Me. Yellow Me ends up getting taken down there as well. Yellow Me dropped very quickly, as I suspected. Why did prioritizing that kill, but now Why did is locked down by Kansley. Kansley picks that up for a double kill, but Solara gets one of his own. Now, triple kill, as a matter of fact, for the Rise. Now Kansley is forced in a 1v1 situation against a Rise, and one can assume that Rise is going to be the one coming out on top, considering he has his ultimate available, but Kansley is taking no damage from it and picks up the kill in the 1v1 versus the Rise. My goodness. Big kill there for Kansley. If Kansley ended up going down and giving a little bit more money over to the Rise, it would have been a big deal, but if you force the Rise to die right after the triple kill, he gains the minimum amount from it. You know, he's going to be able to go back, he's going to be forced to buy an item and not finish one out, considering the fact that he only got a triple kill and had to go back with just the gold he got from those 3 kills. If you had let him survive for a little bit longer, he would have developed enough gold to go back and finish an item right away. You know, see how much gold he's sitting on right now. Only 1,600, that's it. All he could do was finish up his Rod of Ages. He couldn't get any boots, he couldn't upgrade his tier into anything. That's a big kill there for Kansley. Gingy lockdown once again gets taken away. Burst damage after crowd control is the winning factor here in this match, you guys. And why did he is just unable to do anything. The crowd control is so consistent. I mean, CC, man. I'm probably going to end up saying CC like a bajillion times this match. Nestle Pure Life looking like they're taking a big advantage here in the early game, and they are, man. Almost a 3K gold lead, only 8 minutes in. You do not see that very often, and they have really turned up, man. These guys are getting confident. They should be able to take down this tower here. Yellow Me is going right in onto the tower, ends up snagging it down, does get excited, is able to run away, and now there's a fight starting. Toby, exhausted, wide in the backlines, focusing down. Emil this time ends up getting locked up and might be taken down here, but Gingy follows up with an ultimate of his own. He is able to pick up a kill. Now Solara left extremely low. Kansley snags that kill, looking for the stun onto Toby. They do snag that one as well. Toby ends up getting dropped here. This is 3 for 1 now so far, and 3 for 2 as Kog'Maw snags one with his passive there, but 3 for 2 so far in favor of Nestle Pure Life. But Gingy, he's looking to 1v3 the world, you guys. He ends up snagging 1v2 rather. He ends up snagging 1 kill off of that one. If he can land another stun, this might be a kill for him, but DVD does a nice job of disengaging there and dodging away. Ends up landing the bind combo, but still not quite enough to take anything down. I mean, that's kind of like that's a never-ending battle right there. Xerath versus Morgana, that's never gonna end. Wait, why are TGS labeled as slow win? That is because that is the compositions that they build. They build slow winning compositions. They played a 40-minute match yesterday, dude. Of course they are labeled as slow win. Now, finally, Spook Squad were actually able to get something back here. They were actually able to get, some little bit of forward motion back here, but they've already lost their tower. We are 10 minutes in, but there's a nice stun there. Kansley might be able to find some sort of lockdown. Not going to be the case. They disengaged just quick enough. Whoa, that would have been a big lockdown there as well on a Gingy. I assume that DVD is dealing some heavy damage here with this Q so far. Only AP items so far in the bank for Morgana. No boots, no magic regeneration, minus that was coming from the Rod of Ages stacks. And a lot of aggression coming out from Nestle Pure Life here. Solara gets locked down. He's able to disengage. He's finally getting a good bit tanky. You know, once Solara gets to that super tanky part on the rise, there isn't really going to be much to be said for the aggression from Nestle Pure Life. He's going to be able to just run right past it all, get right on the back lines, disrupt, and do whatever he needs to. So, in my opinion, it's only a matter of time before this aggression that's coming out right now from Nestle Pure Life is just doesn't work anymore. But they're going to try to keep doing it. They're going to try to get as much out of it as they possibly can. Nice Tibber. Stuns 3. There is a kill. Make that 2. Rise and Kog'Maw both falling, and only 2 members left. Kog'Maw snags 1 on Morgana, another one. He's picking up kills with that passive, but the aggression is still on here for Kansley. Locks down Gingy. Emil now is in the backlines looking for a stun on a Why Did It. He's taken down Yellow Me. Yellow Me falls. Emil now 1v1ing Why Did. Also Kansley locked in the backlines as well with Xerath, but Xerath, he doesn't have quite enough damage to deal with the tanky Kansley, and Emil is kind of just baiting out Why Did into some aggression. Kansley is tower diving this one, soaking up a lot of tower hits. They should be able to pick up a kill here on the Why Did. That kill goes over in favor of Emil. Solara is back, locking down Kansley. Kansley might be able to disengage this one. It's tough to say. The damage coming out is heavy, but Kansley should be able to survive at least for a little while. Not going to be the case. Solara snags that kill, and the team fight's over. Whoa. Woohoo. Fountain DMX says, by the way, why 4 people on ARAM? On ADAM, you mean? Uh-oh, that's a nice lock on the Solara. DVD is moving forward. I like the aggression coming out. Even though Solara decides to stick around there for a little while, he is able to make his way out, but as he attempts to dodge, a lot of big spells coming out, they are able to take him down. Nice little series of kills there as well. I mean, Nestle Pure Life are showing some serious synergy right now. Yellow Me locked down, but not too much to come from it. So, Fountain, that's a question we get quite a bit here. Let me hold off on answering that until after this game is over. Now, the way this game has been going so far, it looks like it could be one big push for a victory for Nestle Pure Life. I don't see too much of a late-game comeback potential from Spook Squad if the aggression stays consistent and stays successful. If the aggression stays consistent but isn't successful, then I think that it can end up working against Nestle Pure Life's favor. But if it's consistent and stays successful, then they're going to end up being able to win this game in one single push, possibly. Solari chunking down Kansley. Kansley unable to use that W at that moment. Plus, the power spike for the W, which was most likely maxed first, is now over. We're only going to see a plateau from that spell from now on. Because the level 9 is the level at which you can put the 5th rank into your most important spell, and that's most likely for Kansley that shield of Daybreak. This one here. So only going to be getting less tanky. Locks down Toby, flashes forward, doesn't get the stun, ends up stunning out Why Did, but might be able to throw something big down onto the Kog'Maw. Is unable to do so, but they are locking down OGH and Solara. Solara is being taken low, is sustaining back up, but it isn't quite enough to stay from Emil's rampage now on the Annie. 8-2 and 11. And that's just a single pick, but Toby 4v4 is left very low. If he gets taken down here really quickly, then they might be GG on this tower. I don't think I'm the game, but it might be GG for the tower. Emil gets taken down. Gingy, nice poke. Style high life. Oh god. Yellow Me looking for, excuse me, Gingy looking for a kill on the Yellow Me there with his ultimate. He does find it as Why Did capitalizes, and then it turns into a double kill as Jinx ends up getting taken down as well. Well played here. Ochin Gingy, he kind of moves backwards, makes it look like he's maybe defending or playing really passively, then pops the ultimate right as soon as they're getting towards the edge of the range. Why Did is also moving forward that entire time. He's able to capitalize with his great mobility and make big things happen. Well played. Really well played, as a matter of fact. Kansley looking for some sort of last-ditch effort. Does lock Gingy in underneath the tower. Gets a nice 2-man stun there. That's about as many as you can fit inside. Is still looking for as much as he can get, but Emil is back, and Why Did gets ignited, but Why Did does end up falling, and Jinx falls up with an ultimate as well. Now Gingy and Solara are the only 2 left alive. Well played. Emil somehow gets a kill there with the ignite at the very last tick. DVD and Yellow Me are both making their way back into the fight now, so they should be able to make big things happen. Yellow Me needs to snag a slow onto somebody here, but ends up getting stunned out and disengaged. Spook might have this game if they can stall out and get a few more favorable fights. They got the better late game champions. I agree with that totally. There's DVD snagging another kill, another bind onto on the Xerath there. OHN Solara also getting locked down as well, and the damage is big. Emil snags that kill with the Tibbers. There's the Black Tibbers, by the way, you guys. The Black Tibbers is awesome. That's why that skin gets my skin MVP for this match. And here's some uncontested siege from Jinx. This is where big things can happen, and this is why I said that if the aggression is consistent and always successful, then it's going to be really favorable for Nestle Pure Life, because they can get the death timers of the enemy team on stutter, and then get all of these opportunities like what they're having right now to have Jinx auto-attack the objectives and kill them as quickly as possible. Look at all the shields coming in. Saves Jinx for that one last auto-attack on the inhibitor. That wouldn't have been a terrible death for Jinx, by the way, because now Yellow Me is pretty much taken out of the game. Most likely going to be running back and snagging every single one of those relics, and is going to make it back here with a decent bit of health. Does anyone else play Hekarims? No. No one else plays Hecarim. Whoa, flash ultimate from DVD. Gingy now, he's taken low, but no stuns there to be had. DVD also taking low as well. Why did he moves forward? Kansley in the back lines. Why did he's forced to ultimate just to disengage? And OHN Solara is looking to disrupt in the back lines, but Yellow Me is able to survive. DVD now taking low, but all 4 members still alive for Nestle Pure Life. DVD ends up getting taken down by Gingy through the black shield there. Ended up throwing it up just as a last ditch effort, but still got taken down. And Emil gets a kill. Now Toby, he's left in a tough position. He flashes, still gets stunned. Why did? Now he doesn't really much. There isn't much he can do. He knows he's going to die to 1Q. Double kill for Emil. Could it be a triple? It's not. Kansley gets the gap closer into the laser, ends up falling, and now it's Yellow Me once again staying safe in the backlines and getting these opportunities. It's just like I said in the champion selection, you guys. He got the opportunities to siege the turret uncontested. They might be able to win this game, you guys. One giant siege. It is going to be GG. Nestle Pure Life take the 3rd game, and they take the set. That was an incredible game from these guys. They had the aggression up right at the very beginning. And the key point is, as I mentioned halfway through the game, if they can keep the aggression consistent, and if it's consistently successful, then they should be able to win the game, because they can just always be there. They can always be on top of the enemy team. They can always be taking advantage of whatever sort of extra gold they have, or whatever sort of little lockdown they could possibly get, and they were always doing that. If at any point in this match, they had backed off and said, hey guys, we should turn around and start playing passively, and start playing more safely now, then I think this game would have instantaneously turned around, because that would have been a delay. That would have been a delay, and it would have allowed Hecarim to get tanky, would have allowed Solara to get tanky, would have allowed Toby 4v4 to get the mana he needed in order to actually be able to throw, a lot of ultimates out and get good poke. But here, they never really allowed that. They were always on point. They were always forward. They were always playing aggressive and always looking for kills. And they ended up winning that game in one big push. One push to rule them all. GG. Congratulations to Nestle Pure Life. They take their first set ever here in the Draft Labs Tournament Series.